What is up, guys? Today I'm going to show you the best way to win merge tactics every single time you play. All you got to do is build this specific deck that I am going to show you guys, and you will never lose. All right, we're going to start off with these two cards. So the deck that you want to build, right, is going to be pretty much every buff you see I have right here on the left. We're going to want to build Thrower. We're going to want 2 Undeads, which is going to be the Skeleton King and the Bomber. And we don't have any of the other ones yet. I'll show you the other ones in a little bit. We are going to want the Juggernaut trait. I usually go for P.E.K.K.A, Goblin Machine, and the Skeleton King. Because and we already have our P.E.K.K.A as well. Let's freaking go. And here's our other Thrower. I'd rather get all the troops first and then try and get them silver. That's just me. We no longer need the bandit. And there you go. We already have another opportunity to turn this guy into silver. So the throwers do a lot extra damage, and I think their other ability is that they get a little bit of extra health. The juggernauts get a lot more health and I believe shield. The skeletons buff their own, I believe it's health. No, it's damage. Okay, they buff their own damage while nerfing the enemy's health. And then what we are the only other thing that we are really gonna need is the Dart Goblin. So I'm gonna put 2 goblins down on the field in hopes of getting that a little bit quicker, because it is not popping up for us just yet. There we go, we got it. So we already have our whole team. It is very unlikely that we lose any other match. The second best deck in this game would be the one that you build around Valkyrie, because of how much she just like constantly heals. But this one by far exceeds it just because of how much damage it does. And this is the last straight ace. So our highest merged troop is going to gain 20 plus hit speed for 4 seconds when we defeat someone, and the captain gains 30%. The 20% hit speed is for everyone. So what that means is, with all of these combined, we are going to be hitting faster because of our aces. We're going to be doing more damage with the throwers. We're going to be doing, we're going to be nerfing their strongest troop with the skeletons and buffing our own damage with them. So it's just a bunch of damage buffs, a little bit of health buff, and a little bit of speed buff as well. And that is it right there. So once you have all of these, you are set to win the game. And then you just focus on upgrading everyone you have. And if you don't know, merging people like this gives you extra elixir. So you can always merge them to look for other people. And as you can see, we already managed to get 2 gold just because of the way I'm constantly cycling the troops. And it is like pretty much impossible for us to lose now, to beat us. The other thing I like doing is putting the Goblin Machine behind the other 2 tanks, because it's not really as tanky, and what we want the Goblin Machine to do is stay alive as long as possible and just target their Rangers and do a bunch of damage to them. But you can just see the disgusting damage that our throwers are doing. They're basically the MVPs of the deck. They just do so much damage. Let's see what this guy's running. So he's got 3 Juggernauts just like we do, but he went for Ranger instead. But you can see here the main weakness in his deck is he only has Juggernauts and Rangers. We have so many more buffs than he does that he just doesn't stand a chance. And there we go, easy win. So we're gonna run that back. We're gonna do another one, so that I can show you guys that even if you don't have as good of a start as I did, because, you know, I was getting free cards, I managed to get a bomb right off the bat. So perfect game. I'm gonna show you guys that even if you don't get a perfect game like that, you can still win really easily. So right here, the best thing we can do is get a goblin, and luckily we can get a pick as well. And then next we have a bomber. So that's perfect already because that's 2 of the troops that we want. And even though that's not the goblin we want, as long as we can get another goblin, that will help us not just get extra money, but it will also make it a lot easier to get the goblins we want. With this strategy, it is pretty common for you to lose your first couple rounds because you don't usually have the strongest troops in the deck, but literally if you just start with the P.E.K.K.A, then you just win every single time. I'm not gonna buy anything, even though I have the bomber upgrade basically right there, because like I said, I'd rather get all the troops, and the goblin machine is right there. And then once I get that goblin machine, I'm gonna have a lot higher chances of getting the dark goblin, which is one of the goblins we need. Okay, so I'm gonna take 4 damage right here. That's absolutely fine. I literally could not care less. And there's the dark goblin we need, and we get an upgrade for the machine, and we also get an upgrade for our P.E.K.K.A. That is such a powerful start, man. And we already have our executioner right there as well, so next game I can get that. So we're already gonna have our juggernauts, we're already gonna have our throwers, and the only thing we are missing is the second skeleton, which I love. The skeleton king, it is amazing. If you cannot get a skeleton king, just go with the giant skeleton and put him in front of all of your troops so that he dies and blows up all of your enemies. And we have our thrower. We don't really care so much for the goblin one. It's just nice because like I can sell this guy. I have no use for him, so I can sell him, and that'll give me an extra elixir to buy something that I do need. We might actually lose this round. Might. If we do lose it, it won't be by too much, I don't think. Never mind, the executioner did not hit the guys in the back, so we took 4 damage. That is massive. So yeah, we really need a skeleton, just like any skeleton. Except the one that we already have. There we go. That's my king right there, my skeleton king. And with that, we'll be turning this game upside down. Sadly, no other useful troops, but just that change, you're gonna see how strong of a change it is just having the skeleton king there. The fact that we make their strongest person weaker by 30%, no, by 25%, and then we gain 30% damage. Remember, one of our people that gains that 30% damage is the bomber, and the bomber was already gaining 30% damage from being a thrower, so that's pretty much a 50% damage boost that we have on the bomber. I'm gonna buy another Mega Knight just so I can get more elixir. There we go. That is massive right there. No longer any bronze people on our team, unless this dude has a bunch of golds. What is this guy's deck? All right, he's doing pretty good with a bunch of buffs. He's got Ace, Noble, which is reduced damage, okay. He's got the extra max HP and hit speed, which is gonna make it really annoying, and the heal and Avengers. So this is gonna be a little tough. He's basically playing with the second best deck. Luckily for us, he does have a lot of bronze people, so he's a lot weaker than us right now. Alrighty guys, there we go. I hope you enjoyed the video. That is how easy it is to win in merge tactics. If you play this deck I showed you, you will literally never lose. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.